Hello! So I've been meaning to make this video for a while now, but I always come up with a reason of why not to. Like, I don't think anyone really cares what I have to say. Honestly, at this point, a bunch of others have pretty much said the same thing with way more relevancy than me. Although I will say, I've had a fair amount of my own experience with trolls. I'm really not anyone important, and I'm sure others get it way worse than I do. This is just me talking about my experiences. Maybe that will help someone else dealing with them. What do I mean by trolls and my take on them? The trolls I am talking about are like Twitch trolls mainly, but I'm sure you could apply it to elsewhere, especially when you hear how deep it gets. There are 3 types of trolls in my experience. Oh wait, hey, we're in a BuzzFeed video. The 3 types of trolls and how to deal with them. Well, really, the first 2 I can tell you how to deal with, but the third, I'm not really sure. If you have any advice, let me know. The first 2 types in general are pretty much harmless. They will get bored and move on eventually. The third, though, is a bit more creepy and where I'm kind of lost. I don't really know how to give advice on it. I can just kind of tell you what I've done and how I've tried to handle it. I honestly kind of feel like I need advice or help. Troll type 1. The AKA, basic-ish troll. Everybody will get this troll. There's no avoiding them. They will show up no matter what game you play at some point or time. Generally are not actually streamers themselves. If they are, then they seem to be really young and don't really have anything better to do with themselves. This type of troll is just usually a viewer of Twitch, not like a streamer, like I said, from my experience anyways. I like to say that these types have a case of keyboard Tourette's and they really just can't help themselves. These are the types that come into your chat and type random insults, trying to get a response, but most don't even stay long enough for you to read it. Every streamer will get this type of troll at some point. It's just part of being on the internet. And this isn't strictly only on Twitch, just my main experience with it has been on Twitch and a bit on PS4. I'll elaborate on that later. With these trolls, it's up to you if you want to give them any of your attention or energy. When you read a mean or offensive comment, you need to decide if you will either ignore it or acknowledge it. You can be like, oh haha, you're so funny, I forgot to laugh. Make them kind of the joke, call them out. If they continue, you can give them a warning, time them out, you can purge them. Depending on how I've seen the comment or strict your chat is, you can just ban them straight off the bat. During the timeout, they cannot type anything for a set amount of time, which can be set to different times. If you get into all the chat command prompts, like you do /timeout and then however long, it's like seconds. So the 600 seconds is 10 minutes. But you can do longer seconds, like you could do a whole 24 hours, you could even do a year. And if you ban them, it is permanent unless you go into the settings and unban them. Or they can make a new account and come right back. If this happens, there is a couple steps you can take to try and deter the trolls from making brand new accounts just to come back into your chat and troll. The easiest is setting up a verified email to chat option in your settings. I'll show you right here. You can also set up auto mod settings, which is great if you are new and you don't have any mods yet. All the different levels that you want it to be, as well as like you can go add trigger words you don't want allowed. They also have a follower only mode or a sub only mode, but I think that's only if you're an affiliate or a partner. I'm not sure if the regular streamer gets a follower only mode or not. So yeah, they do have a lot of settings to help out. Really can be utilized to shut down trolls before they even start. I do give Twitch props for that amount of help, but you will soon learn why it kind of ends at that for me with everything I've dealt with. I have my channel set to mature content, so when I get a troll in, I have a few ways of dealing with them. 1, I usually make it a joke, and if done right, the troll might actually decide they like the stream and will chill out and stay. Or, 2, you can ignore it. Let your mods deal with it so the trolls don't get any attention and will leave. Or 3, talk shit and shame them. I usually just make a comment when they say I'm ugly that Twitch isn't a dating site, nor is it a modeling site, so your opinion of my looks are completely irrelevant. It's also not a competition at the moment. It's just fun gameplay, so my level of skill is not really relevant either. I used to work at a bar, so I've had drunk guys talk shit to me in my real life, like to my face. And if I didn't let that bother me, I'm definitely not gonna let chat on a screen bother me. Like, it's not gonna break me. That didn't break me. Y'all ain't gonna break me. So people typing in chat, "You suck" or "You're ugly" doesn't really trigger me in the slightest. But I don't want my chat to be a toxic place. It's usually just a group of us joking and laughing. Fun times. I enjoy everyone being there and having a good sense of humor. I want it to be a positive community, and I'm sure if you're here watching this, then you probably do too. For my stream, for the most part, I'll give someone usually one timeout and then a ban. In my eyes, that's 3 strikes. They got a verbal warning with said joke, a timeout, and then the ban is that final strike. I used to unban people if they reached out, explained their position, and had some remorse for their actions, and I felt bad. So I have given people 2nd and 3rd chances before, but it always ended in another ban. If they did it once, I guarantee they will do it again. So if you ban somebody, I mean, you probably banned them for a reason. So really, the best Troll 1 defense is honestly to have good mods. When you first start, you won't have a mod for your channel, of course, so you will have to self-moderate. You will eventually get someone in the chat that is a regular and wants to help you out. They want to genuinely help you. And take advantage of all the setting options. Like, seriously, I can't push that enough. Take advantage of the settings options. I learned about the setting options as I got trolled. But on a side note, adding people on PS4, like, I know you want to play with people when you first start off, you like add everybody. I did anyways. I added anybody and everybody. You added me on PS4, I added you right back. Like, I was just like, yeah, friends, play games, yay. And then I got doxed or DDoSed or whatever it is where they ping your IP address until it shuts down. Apparently PS4 is like super easy to get your IP address from, so be a little safe on that, and don't forget to set up security settings on that, like block your messages to just be from friends. There's little things you can do so you don't get message bombed while you're playing the game. Troll type 2, the haterade, jealous-ish. This type of troll is a bit more direct and layered. Their trollings can last anywhere from a few hours to a few months. I've had them come back after a year. I say layered because it is never just one person. It is a community. Or a circle jerk, as I like to say. Like, oh, did you see what I say? Oh, did you see what I say? Oh, she responded to me. That's, oh my gosh, it's how it is every time.
Hey everybody, go watch your stream. Alex, tell her I said hi. Alex, okay. Well, now I see where all the horny kids got to. That's what Alex just said. Alex, it's purged! Get purged, Alex! Get purged! Did you really put that little banned for 600 seconds? Yeah, fuck her. I'm gonna unfollow her. I'm not hosting until she says anything. You can't host when you're banned. You're gonna say something, aren't you? I'm gonna just wait. Yeah, I am. Alright, well, I'm gonna watch. I'm just waiting for him to say something. You know, whatever you say, I'm just gonna be like, yep, that happened. And then I'm gonna point at it. I want you to say something if you will. You want me to say something? Tell her to unban me. That's what I'm on my screen. It's not gonna work, though. Oh my god, shut up, woman. Can we just, like, just say it. Just say it and shut up, woman. Shut up, woman! No one cares, just shut up. And you're gonna have to agree with it. I'm gonna put master, that's just good. Oh, I wanna do it. No, you're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna say something. When I get unbanned, I'll still go wait. Unban moves, make the stream varied again. Yeah, I want moves unbanned. They're not doing anything to disrespect you. Why do you have to be such a bitch? I don't get it. The stream sucks. That was fair. You're being a troll.
Okay. They will usually act like the typical troll saying you suck or you're ugly, but they've been sent to your channel by another person. They didn't just stumble upon your channel by accident. Another person sent them there. They might also try to act normal, just to get information out of you, to use against you, or to tell the others and try to use, collect it up, and then spread it in their little community. The person sending them to your channel is, from my experience, another streamer that has decided that they don't like you or your stream. They will usually go to Twitter or their Discord to talk about you, but sometimes they will just talk about you right on their stream and send their viewers over to harass you.
One lover said this, that some guy wanted her to dance. He said, apparently Amber Mari goes, if you donate, I'll dance for you. And then the lover's like, once she saw that, she said, I'm done. She's never want. She stopped walking to her. To the point where I kept talking to her, and she's like, no, you need to stop. You're just like, she's not drawing you in. I'm like, I'm not. I don't care about it. I should behind her. Like I should. And she's like, just stop talking to her. Then I said, alright, I'll just do this. I deleted her and unfollow her and throw her off Twitch. And unfollow her on, I don't like her. She's a fool.
For the most part, talking about another streamer in a negative way is against TOS, but that wasn't always the case, or if it was, it wasn't something strictly enforced until recently, and I'm sure even now there's cases that happen, but I've definitely had this happen a few times. Once literally, because I was a girl. Ooh, kill it with fire! Ah! Ah! Okay. Apparently I was reading my chat pretty actively, so he was convinced it was fake gameplay and sent like a bunch of people over to report me, to which I was like, I challenge you then. Give me a series of actions to do in game that I wouldn't possibly be able to like pre-record and have available. Like, come in and be like, do punch, shoot, jump, shoot, punch, turn in a circle, jump, jump, punch, shoot. Like, obviously, I would be able to prove that I'm really playing the game if you challenge accepted. No. He decided blocking me on Twitter was a better way to prove his point. But the main, usual excuse to hate me for no reason is because I lived in California for quite a while and medical marijuana is legal, so I was a 420 streamer. It's not like I promoted it to others or said something that everybody should do. It's just something I would do occasionally, usually leaning off camera as to not make it super evident. When I first started, there was a few times I smoked on stream, but for the most part, I preferred to keep it off camera. But because of this, I've had a couple of other streamers decide I was bad for Twitch and started a campaign of sorts to get my channel shut down. Pretty straightforward attacking though. I understand their reason is biased agenda and not their actual own thought of hate. So it's kind of hard to be mad about it. I mean,
yeah, she smokes pot. I don't know how she could do that. How she could smoke weed. Because when you're in a party with Amber, suddenly out of nowhere you'll hear, someone taking a hit off a bong. I'm like, well, somebody's doing something. Off of a bong, bro? And then he's like, or she's like quiet, and then, yeah, you can tell she's doing it. I don't know how Twitch is allowing that, though. Well, smoking. Like, what?
As long as you follow TOS and you don't get triggered, these guys will, for the most part, get bored, move on, or find a new person to target. If you are alerted that the situation is happening, you can collect all the information, like the timestamps, the dates, everything like that, and report them to Twitch. Now, saying this, I have reported streamers who were in clear violation of TOS talking about me on their stream to the point of where they were asking for fan art of me and lewd sexual acts on stream.
Yeah, let's go into another party and then we can talk about Sam and Amber scissoring each other. Can we get some fan art of Sam and Amber? They could be like scissoring each other, and then she could be like smoking a bong, and Sam could be like pickles in her mouth or cucumbers. We need that. I'll get the artist to work on it right now.
But I never got a response, and nothing really seemed to happen to the guy. So, again, for these types of trolls, really all you can do is have a good mod team set up in place. They can time out and ban as need be. Also, I will go into that person's account who is trolling and check to see who they are following and who is following them. It's a quick way to see if you're still being targeted by the other streamer or if it's just a random typical type 1 troll. Guys will get the same thing too, just in different ways. They'll get the "you're ugly, you're this, you're that, you're too skinny." They will get the "look" comment, but it's in a different way usually. They'll get "you suck at the game." They'll get all of those comments. I know a creative streamer that was a guy that was being trash talked by another creative streamer that was a guy, I guess due to the fact that they were making the same kind of artwork. Not my friend's eyes, but the other guy, they were competing for viewers to him. My friend was just like, I'm just sharing my artwork. Whoever wants to be here to watch is here to watch. He didn't care. The other guy took it as a direct competition of viewers, so he tried to like mess with them and send people over and harass them for a long time. And the streamer reported it and banned them, but they kept at it for over a year until they just finally got bored and stopped. Another guy was in his top 500 of a certain game, and he had a streamer that was trying to up and coming in the scene and really wanted to try and use him to start drama to get attention for his stream. So I mean, no one is safe from troll type 2. Unfortunately, they come in different ways, shapes, and forms, but they're usually sent there by another streamer, and it's a community. It's not just one person with an individual dot. It's one person sending over multiple people to have a circle jerk at your stream. So just take it as a compliment that you have a group watching you and judging you. It just feels a lot worse for you the smaller you are, as it feels like you don't have much support, and you can feel like there's a lot more of it when you don't have as many people around. A bigger streamer, their chat's really active, their mods are very active, they have a lot of them, so it's easier for a bigger streamer to not notice it. Where a small streamer, you're having to self-moderate a lot. Your mods catch it, but it's still there. Like, there's little things like that. So it does seem like a lot more when you're a smaller streamer. It will pass as long as you remind yourself that it's just the internet and it doesn't really matter. You will be okay. So there really isn't much you can do to avoid having this happen. Just know that it does happen to lots of different people and for lots of different reasons. And then this brings us to type 3. Creepy, scary, obsessed trolls. Okay, so these guys are the worst, as there's nothing you can do to stop it. I realized you have to just deal. If you have any advice, you can help me, comment in the comments, message, reach out to me on Twitter or something. Let me know what you think that I can do to like help this situation, because I've tried so much. Yep. So these ones are obsessed, and they literally will stop at nothing to harass you and get your attention. They really have no end goal, and any little reaction they get is only more fuel to their fire. You have to literally go out of your way to try and make sure that they don't get any acknowledgement or attention. I've had this one creepy troll since pretty much the beginning of me streaming. I started in June 2016. And he came into my stream in September of 2016. He usually comes in with fake accounts with my name in it. But sometimes he does try to come in and act like a new person. He usually just rats himself out right away though, because he wants acknowledgement of all of his efforts. He has made over 350 accounts at this point with different variations of my name. My friend was able to find out within 10 minutes of me telling him about all of this going on. And he looked at his IP address. So Twitch should be able to ban his IP address for the multiple ban evasions and continual harassment. But no, he's still at it. No matter how many times I ban and report it, doesn't seem to matter. Everyone I've talked to about the situation has just advised me to ignore it and it'll go away. Well, the first 6 months, I slowly took away things. I'll go into depth in another video. This game of ignore and not react went on for about 1.5 years. I assumed that they would get bored, leave me alone, find someone else to troll, and they kind of did. But not really. They just changed up their approach. First, they started going to any stream I was hosting or auto-hosting with an account like mine, Amber Maddie with an X. They would then spam and troll until they got banned, causing issues. And I don't want to spread any negativity to other streams. And I was unintentionally doing that, and kind of ruining my own reputation on accident just by hosting them. It's like a regular networking thing. Every Twitch streamer hosts somebody, help each other out. Nope, can't do that. Don't want to spread any hate to anybody. So now I've disabled hosts for good. Take away the troll's fun. What is he to do now? Well, that's where it gets really creepy. He started catfishing other streamers that I didn't even know, saying he was me. That was a whole nother ordeal. Whew! But I even tried the final thing I could think of, which was to try and have a conversation with him. See where his mindset was. If I could rationalize with him, his perspective compared to my perspective. What was causing him to do this? Was he a child? Was he just a psychopath? I was curious at this point, as it had been 2 years, so I finally was just like, let's try and talk to him. We won't go fully into that. I will go into extreme depth of this guy with all the information so that I can just include that in with my reports of this creepy troll every time he comes into my stream to be like, here's all the evidence laid out for you and the proof that I've done this and I have all the receipts. The settings I've set up and the steps that I've taken up to this point because of this one troll goes as this. 1. Whispers are disabled to only receive from people who I follow or friends. As you can see, he message bombs me constantly. 2. Verified emails to chat, because he would just make brand new accounts and come right back, so that helped, at least prevent him from coming into chat. It was too much of a hassle to verify every single account. So 3. No follow alerts can be announced in events or chat. We used to have on the side chat, when somebody would follow, it would do a little thing and it would be in the chat, so then I would know when somebody followed, even if I missed the alert, if I was in the middle of a race and I couldn't look over. Have to disable that because we don't want him to get any acknowledgement. We don't want that. 4. Follow alerts regularly disabled or ready to be disabled. at the click of a button, because I don't want the follow alert of Amber Maddie Fat Donkey Butt just followed your channel. Really fun stuff. 5. Host alerts are set to not go off unless X amount of viewers are on the other channel. That way, he just doesn't get any alert that goes off on my stream. He always hosts before he follows. Seems to be like the regular thing with him. So we're able to have like a few seconds where we can disable. 6. No hosting or auto hosting, as I don't want to spread negativity to other people's channels, like I just explained. So, nope, just can't do that. No networking for me. 7. I check all new accounts to see if they were made that day, because they're probably a fake account, and I check to see who they're following and who's following them. So I check for every new account that may or may not be trollish for those 3 things. 8. I've reported over 100 times with info, timestamps, photos, but I get no response from Twitch. Nor does it seem to matter, he just keeps coming back. 9. Try to ignore him, just like everybody said. Ignore it, ignore it. But that just seems to make him a little bit more creative every time. 10. I tried to reason with the person, which did not go well, as you will learn. So, where do I go from here? What advice can I offer? Well, for trolls, type 1 and 2, just make sure that you have good mods and you utilize all the settings that you can. Have a thick enough skin to not let the words on a computer screen affect you. Know that they don't actually matter to you. You don't know them, they don't know you. Not in your real life anyways, and that's what matters. If you have come to experience the creepiness of Troll Type 3, I am sorry for you. I know how powerless it can feel. Just know that you're not alone, and others experience all sorts of trolling in different ways. If you have any advice on how to handle creepy troll number 3, or if you've experienced it and you did this or that, please comment below and let me know what it is. If you think that I suck, you can type that, whatever. Any advice you think that I messed up troll 1 and 2, let me know on that as well. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you could, if you want to, give me a like, subscribe, comment down below if you've experienced trolling, how you dealt with it. I'm not really sure how to end this, so I will just probably put in some bloopers at the end, because that's usually what I do, because I hate recording. So I just throw in a bunch of random stuff at the end. It's silly and entertaining, maybe. You can see me make very weird faces. I appreciate you guys for being here. Heart your faces. Boy, 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 boy. Boy, 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 boy. I check all new... Yep. I don't know. All right. Just know that it doesn't happen to lots of... just saying. But so as I was saying, just saying. Yep. And yeah. So my at this point. But you will soon. I like to say that these. Today's okay, but you will soon learn. But you will soon learn why it kind of ends at that for me. But you will soon learn. But you will soon. The first 2 in general are pretty harmless. You will get bored and move on eventually. The first 3 trolls, in my experience, he... I don't want to make this into this video. I don't want to break down the whole story. Alright. Clearly, violation, like, the biggest. Sorry. Can't tell. Dealt with it a few times. I don't know. You guys can't really see my screen, so me pointing around is really dumb. Also, on a side note, blah 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 blah. I already fucking rambled about that. I don't even know what I'm rambling on about.
Some thunderstorms. Yeah, she's watching thunderstorms and she's dirty. I don't want to sit there and watch thunder. You can't watch thunder. You can hear thunder. You can watch lightning.